Welcome to the 1430 ESPN Outdoors Report, presented by All Out Marine in Allenton.
Let's get things going on the ESPN Outdoors Report. We're going to bring in Pete Huff from Best Damn Guiding Service. Pete, as we speak right now on Thursday, you're really getting the lake ready for the summer, aren't you?
Yep, we're putting in the slow and awake buoys that protect bays. They're meant to be in for kind of keeping weed growth in certain bays and areas of the lake. So I believe we put in about 60 buoys total from one end to the other. And it's something we do each year.
How big of a process is that? How many people are involved?
We've got like 7 or 8 people here helping right now. And we'll have 4 on the pontoon and 4 on land to help us load the pontoon. And it goes pretty efficient.
Awesome stuff. Have you been able to get out fishing this week at all?
Yeah, I've been down to Madison. Been a really good smallmouth bite because it is open year-round now, catch and release until May, the first Saturday of May. Having 30 to 40 fish days, and it's been real entertaining and fun. And then also the bluegill bite has been still very good down there. You just got to find those suspended fish that are in roughly 20 feet of water and they're only 5 feet down, but using your electronics to find them is key.
I also heard the catfish were starting to show up here. Are you a catfish guy? Do you fish for catfish ever?
If people want to go out for them, but I personally don't really fish for them. But they've been coming in, and I know people are catching some of them also. Yep. Have
you heard any scuttlebutt about any other bodies of water across the region or the state?
There's still fish biting up on the Fox River in the Winnebago system. I know there's a tournament up there in Winneconne this weekend, and fish are basically coming back to the main lake of Winnebago, so just a matter of intercepting those to those that are fishing it. But I'll be guiding this weekend down in Madison, so changing it up from last year and strictly guiding this year.
All right. If people are looking for a guiding trip, tell us about Best Damn Guide Service.
If you'd like to book a trip, I'm scheduling here through all boating season. You can call me at 608-609-2707 or send me a message on Facebook under Pete Up or Best Damn Guide Service.
Know I appreciate the time. I know you got to get back to the buoys. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Goodbye.
Let's take a peek at the Madison chain right now and bring in Pat from DNS Bait and Tackle. Pat, we got a week left before the official opening of the entire season. What's it been like at DNS and down in Madison?
Well, of course, we're getting stuff out on the shelves here, getting ready for the big opening day, but otherwise, the fishing around town's been good. The panfish bite downtown on Monona Bay has been good. Some bluegills during the day, crappies in the evening. Some good action down the street here at the 113 Bridge area. They've been getting some panfish and white bass, and the catfish are starting to show up, which is always pretty exciting. Otherwise, early bass season is open. Of course, you have to release all those fish until the opener, but a lot of people getting a lot of nice bass now, too, as the water warms up.
Where are the catfish at that they're just showing up now?
Well, on Lake Mendota is really the only place in town that has any fishable populations of catfish, and they tend to hang out this time of year in the North Bay, and then they kind of migrate through there, or from the North Bay up into Cherokee Marsh and back and forth, and they love spawning in that area. So the catfish fishing up there is going to be gangbusters pretty much from right now until about mid-June is when they start to move out after they're done spawning. But it really is a great fishery for catfish.
So somebody's never went out for catfish. What's the key to being successful?
Well, it's mostly a live bait thing. And the way it works, generally speaking, is that in the spring like this, it's cut bait people use. So like a big shiner, maybe cut in half, and just soak that on the bottom. Coming in about June, we'll get to crawlers, and that lasts most of the summer until we get to late summer when people start using stink bait. And then you go back into fall, we get back into cut bait again. But there's a really great trophy catfish population here in Madison that we get a lot of people from all over the Midwest that come out to chase those big fish.
Well, tell us about DNS Bait and Tackle and what they'll find at the store, where you're located when you're open.
Yeah, we're at 1411 Northport Drive here on the north side of Madison, right by the Culvers on Northport Drive, just a quarter mile from the Warner Park boat launch and a quick jog off the interstate for people coming into town. We've got everything you need to get out on the water and a full selection of live bait. We're all stocked up for opening day here. And, of course, we do a fishing report every week. I update that on our social media at DS Bait Tackle Fly Shop. on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And we also have the old school phone line. You can call 608-BIG-FISH if you want to hear me talk about what's going on around town.
Pat, can't wait to talk next week when we talk about the season opener next Saturday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wade. You have a good one.
Let's move our attention to fishtails in Fox Lake right now and bring in Dave. And Dave, you're just telling me things are picking up out there?
Yeah, it's really starting to kick in. The water temps are mid-50s, and the fish are very active. The panfish have moved shallow, at least on Fox Lake. They haven't done a whole lot yet on Beaver Dam in areas that they normally shore fish, but Big Green's been really good. They're getting a lot of bass. The early catch and release season is open, so there's a lot of bass guys. In fact, there's a couple boats out today from here that guys are bass fishing, and they've been doing really good. So, once that water starts hitting 50, 55, everything gets active. The walleyes are done spawning out here. They're no longer at the bridge or around the rock piles. You could go at night and shine them with flashlights. There were hundreds of them, but they've left the areas and they're done spawning. So, yeah, things are kicking in. It's going to be really nice weather coming up for the next few days, and it just gets better from there.
What are lake levels like right now at Fox Lake?
Well, they're about normal, maybe a little bit high, but our lake is controlled by the dam. And anytime we have markers around the lake, and anytime it gets a couple inches above where it should be, they'll open our dam. And so we never really have issues with flooding or, really super high water. It just never happens. Our problem is low water. So, no, it's about normal here. And everybody knows all our water flows into Beaver Dam Lake. So that's about normal also, from what I understand. So, yeah, the water levels are good.
So I was going to ask you, so when you have to open up the dam, say if you're a little bit high, how long does it take it to get back to normal levels once you open up the dam?
Well, it could be a day. It could be, 3 or 4 days. It depends on the flow. They can open it a little bit, or they can open it a lot where it's just raging out of there. So, it depends on that. But it can go down pretty quick if you have it wide open, and they generally don't do that. But if we get a 2-3 inch rain event or something like that, they're gonna open it wide open, and it goes quick. So, but right now it's about normal. The dam's open a little bit, and that area below our dam is closed until the opener, which is next Saturday, which I can't wait for. So the general opener is next Saturday, where you can keep game fish, trout, all that kind of thing. So, yeah, we'll be real busy next weekend, I'm sure. All
right. Anything people know about? Tell us about fishtails as you get ready for that opener. What people need to know.
Well, make sure you got a license. But we're right downtown Fox Lake, right next to the river, and we're open 6 to 6 Monday through Saturday, and 6 to 5 on Sundays.
All right, Dave, I appreciate all you do at Fishtails, and we'll chat next week.
All right, thanks, Wade.
All Out Marine are your experts and local carriers of Tracker, Tahoe, Nitro, Sun Tracker, Regency brand boats, and Maker Center console boats. Wants you to stop in to see their new and used inventory. Order your 2025 models now. From pleasure boats to fishing boats, All Out Marine has the boat for you. Check them out online at alloutmarinellc.com. Visit them on the northwest corner of Highway 41 and D in Allenton. All Out Marine is your family-owned, independent, authorized Nitro, Sun Tracker, Tahoe, and Mako dealer.
The ESPN Outdoors Report continues now as we bring in our resident outdoorsman, Rick Wentland, and we have lots of news here to talk about. Rick, we're going to start with fishing right now. We'll talk about turkey hunting in a little bit, but you had a pretty good week fishing, I hear.
Oh, I was going to start out and just start gobbling on my turkey call, but yeah, let's talk fishing. I believe, honestly, I caught the largest living fish in Lake Emily yesterday. I had a 39.5-inch northern pike. It was the thickest northern I've ever caught in my life. I physically couldn't take my thumb and my index finger and put it around the back of his head to get him in the boat. You're just out fun fishing, and I didn't have a net out, and it probably took me about 10 minutes to get him in. I mean, this pike was absolutely huge, and no exaggeration for effect. He actually ate a Raw Bass Custom 110 jerkbait.
Ate it whole?
Ate it whole. The whole thing was in his mouth, and I only had 12-pound test on, and I kept free spooling him and following him around with the trolling motor. And to this day, I can't believe he didn't break my line, but when I actually took the bait out of his mouth, he snapped the bill off the bait itself. I mean, he had that thing just chomped, and man, what a fight he put up. It was awesome.
So when did you realize this was a monster? When it got close to the boat, or after you're battling? Then you're like, well, maybe I just have a tire here. Or when did you realize that it was the Grand Poobah?
Well, when I set the hook and I had him on like 3 cranks, I'm like, ooh, this is a big one. This is a big one. And then he went screaming way to my left. I'm like, it's not a bass. It's definitely a pike. And there's so many little pike in Lake Emily that I thought, it's just a little one pulling hard. Well, then we got next to the boat. I'm like, oh, Jesus, this thing is giant.
So you pulled it out and you take a photo. Did you have to throw it back then?
Oh, yeah. And that brings up a very good point that I wanted to bring up today. People have to realize that fishing season, game fish season, is closed. There is a catch and release bass season only, but I can honestly tell you this week there's been 2 guys trolling out on Fox Lake, and you don't troll for bass and you don't troll for crappies, so I don't know what they were doing. There was actually somebody came into the bait store the other day to buy some fish breading because they caught 2 bass in the river that they kept. And not to mention they weren't even 18 inches long. People got to realize what the regulations are and what the rules are. And game fish season is closed until May not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where obviously there's a fine that goes along with it. The DNR would get notes, and either if they're trolling around there or they're just on site or they hear about it.
Oh, absolutely. The DNR would be out there, and they would be getting a fine. Absolutely.
And there's a reason that there are rules and regulations, right, to keep the fish population where it's at?
Correct. I mean, the walleyes are spawning, that they're so easy to catch, and it's just, it's the knockdown and to keep the fish population in check. And there are rules and regulations, and a lot of lakes are different. I mean, Lake Emily is different from Fox Lake. Fox Lake's different from Big Green. I mean, you have to know the rules.
So this big fish you caught, then did you initial it before you threw it back in so people know it's yours?
No, I actually threw it on the deck and I pulled out a quick tape measure and I actually had a lip grippers. I mean, the thing just had giant teeth. And then I released it back, and he went swimming away. But it was just a giant. But we did pretty good on bass over there as well yesterday.
So next Saturday, you're probably going to be out trying to catch this thing again, huh?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I don't know. It's I've been fishing Emily a long time, and I've been fishing a long time, and I believe that's the biggest pike I've ever caught in my life.
All right. So fish season officially opens. You meant full game season next week. Turkey season is open, and we talked about turkey hunting. I wanted you to do a turkey call last week all by yourself, au natural, but you said you needed your turkey caller, so give me a turkey call here. Ooh, look at that. Hey.
I don't know. Can you hear that?
I can hear that. There you go. It makes me want to. Okay. I keep looking around. It makes me feeling kind of frisky here. What am I supposed? Is that what I'm supposed to
do? That's what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do.
How long does turkey hunting season go till?
Till the end of May. Each week has a different period, and I believe there's 5 or 6 periods. Don't quote me. I think there's 6 periods for turkey hunting, but it goes from week to week, and you apply for different seasons, and that's when you go. And I know this week there was a lot of turkeys taken, but I can tell you that the 4 or 5 guys that I know that got them this year, they were all long shots. Mm-hmm. They were almost impossible to get to come in within 20 yards or closer. A lot of these guys were shooting them at 50 yards. So you definitely have to pattern your gun and know how it shoots at 50 yards. But, turkey hunting, you use an extra full choke, and the pattern is about the size of a softball. And you just put it on his head and let her snap. But, a lot of guys took really long shots this year, which is kind of unusual to hear.
All right. So, again, be safe if you're out turkey hunting. I'll have a good time. And, Rick, you're a professional turkey caller. Hey, had this been next week when the season was open, would you have still thrown that fish back, or would that have gone up on your wall?
I actually thought about that on the way home. I probably would have mounted it, to be honest. And that being said, it's because Tails Taxidermy, Tom Segalski, is one of my best friends. and I got so much of his work here on my wall. I probably would have mounted it, but then I would have been mad at myself, so I probably would have released it.
All right. Tell us about Raw Bass Customs. If people want to, once the season opens up, if they want to get the best opportunity to catch the biggest fish, and also guiding trips that you offer. Tell us all the information.
Raw Bass Customs, I paint over 70 different kinds of blanks, from walleyes to bass to muskie to northerns. In any color combination you want. Locally, all the local stores are stocked up for 2025 fishing season, which is fishtails here in Fox Lake, M&M Tackle in Portage, Stu's Bait and Tackle in Partyville, and Dick Smith's is probably in Pewaukee, probably your closest places. And if you're looking for a bass guide trip, and who knows, you might catch a 39.5-inch northern when you're with me, or some big walleyes, but you can give my cell phone a call at 920-948-8467, and I supply everything but food and drink.
Rick Wentland, our resident outdoorsman, thanks for the turkey calls, thanks for the info on the fish, and thanks for releasing and obeying the law here when some people may not have done that, right?
That's right.
Have yourself a great weekend, sir.
All right, thanks, Wade.
Thanks for listening to the ESPN Outdoors Report presented by All Out Marine in Allenton. Catch the ESPN Outdoors Report 3 times every week on 95.3 WBEV at 4:35 p.m. on Fridays, as well as Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6:35 a.m. Hear the ESPN Outdoors Report every Friday at 12:40 p.m. on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and on demand on the Sports tab at dailydodge.com.